Peter Gray from the AU Review in Australia. Hello, Tim.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
Oh, well, I will say congratulations on the pickup. I had a lot of fun with this one. It kind of like reminded me of, the films that I sort of grew up watching where like action and comedy were blended. And I wanted to ask you, like, because you've had experience with action films, with comedy films, with like buddy films, like how does your creative process like adapt as you're going from genre to genre and then blending them together?
You know, what's great is you're always starting with the base in these buddy comedies where you kind of know, quote unquote, the formula, and then you're looking for how do you make it different than what you've seen? And I think first and foremost, you have to take the characters or the actors that are playing the characters that you have, and kind of just lean into their strengths. I mean, when you start with Eddie Murphy, he's got so many strengths that you can kind of go wherever you want. But what was great is to have him as a partner in terms of producing and this project was to find out what he wanted to do. And one of the things he said very early on was he wanted to be the straight guy, and he wanted to find a partner that he would allow to be bounce off the walls and be the comedy element. And then, of course, he would add stuff in where he needed to. But that's what was interesting about this. So already you're doing this switch, and of course you knew, if you got Eddie Murphy and he's going to play your straight guy, you need to find somebody that can be pretty funny and can give you the uncontrollable zaniness, as you almost might say, of a character to have Eddie have somebody to bounce off of, and that's kind of and then the concept was, okay, once you had that, I think the putting them in the familiar situations, you're going to be different just because you've got these new personalities.
Because I saw the press conference earlier, and like Pete was sort of saying how there'd be scenes where it would be scripted and then you were like, you guys let loose. Like, in some ways, are you like, is there a bit of fear in just going, oh, do I really want to let Eddie Murphy, Keke Palmer, and Pete Davidson loose?
No, no fear at all. What you're actually expecting, them to surprise you, and that if there is that fear or the butterflies in your stomach about what may come up in this pairing or in this, with this threesome, you're kind of you're going to end up with Eddie Murphy. So almost no matter what he does, I'd watch him make a sandwich and it'd be entertaining. So it's one of those things when you have this type of talent, it actually makes it more interesting because no matter what you get, it's gonna be worth it, and that's kind of the fun part. So not a lot of fear, just kind of a curiosity of what you're gonna end up with.
Was there any moment that like didn't end up in the final cut that you were like, oh, I kind of wish it did, like it was just there?
You know, not really. I know this sounds it sounds like I might be skirting it, but you'd be surprised. I think we only took out 3 scenes out of the what we filmed, and 2 of those scenes did not have any in it. So we only lost 1 scene. The rest of it is kind of what we shot, and it which means it all, knock on wood, it all worked. And deserve to be in the film. And so I'm excited about that. We found great combinations, and because it's a movie that has a linear story that happens in one day, you kind of need the scenes to follow each other, and it's always great when you can make each scene entertaining.
And just before wrapping up, like obviously looking at action comedy as kind of your nice little wheelhouse, like is there, if you could direct any classic film but like make it into an action comedy, what do you think you would choose?
Oh my God! Any classic film and make it into an action comedy. God, because some of my favorites are action comedies. I would probably say, uh, how could is there any way to make When Harry Met Sally an action comedy? Not
I
sure
mean,
how
they
you
are on the
do it,
road a lot
but
in that, so
not sure how you do it, but there you go.
well, no, I mean, like, you know what? I reckon we should look forward to Tim's stories when Harry met Sally. So
On the road. Yes, thank you.